Hello, everyone. Welcome. Anyway, we're going to have a fun 35 minutes. We're going to talk about how to hire your first virtual assistant, 10x your productivity, and free up your time and scale your business without overwhelm. My name is Beau Eckstein. My core business is helping people find and fund their ideal business. We're also partnered and we started a virtual staffing company where we help people get their first VA or get their fifth VA or their 10th. And I've been working with virtual team members probably for about 15 years now. And I've learned a thing or two. So I like to share whether you want to, go and hire somebody on onlinejobs.ph, which is a great place to find help in the Philippines. My team members are all in the Philippines, but I've worked with people in Mexico and different countries. But I just seem to like working with the Philippine community. So we're gonna dive into a lot of tactics and things as we go. I'm also going to show you a little presentation and talk you through how I've routinely get over 1,000 leads per year by setting up automations that my VAs do for me. So it's kind of on autopilot, which makes it a great thing. So depending on what type of business you're in, there's a task that can be outsourced for sure, whether that's a admin or somebody doing video editing, or just like this PowerPoint presentation being created. I didn't do it. A virtual team member did it for me. So we're getting into it here. So what do entrepreneurs really face? What's their challenges, right? Their challenges are they try to do everything themselves, right? They get stuck in low value tasks, not knowing who to hire first, and hiring the wrong VA for the wrong role. So this is kind of the equation. So I quickly early on realized I didn't want to do a lot of the things. Like I know people that are very successful and they still edit their own videos. And it's like, why would you do that? For example, I put out a lot of video content and I simply shoot the content and then it's either shot on Riverside similar to Zoom. And then it goes to the VA team and they create thumbnails, they create the description, they upload to YouTube. So we've systematized everything. And we use tools like Slack to communicate, and we have different channels within Slack. You can get really fancy. You could use Asana. We don't really even need to do that. The one thing that's important is building SOPs for your team members. So we have a whole kind of program to get you started. Like you don't want to just blindly hire a VA. The reason it usually doesn't work is because you go out and like, hey, I've got a million things that I want outsourced. You hire somebody and you throw it on their lap and you expect them to know what to do. So we found over time that if you do it systematically, you're going to have a lot more success. And also why we like to work with hiring companies is because they vet and screen the virtual team members for us and we don't have to go out and find it. The group we work with has placed well over 8,000 virtual team members. So kind of getting into this a little bit. Let me just move my bar a little bit. So why hiring a VA is the smartest move? First of all, we want to focus on high value activities. What makes you the most money? What do you enjoy doing the best? Scale your business faster. Like you can only do so much yourself. Now with AI, we're able to do a little bit more, but I find having a good VA and a VA that understands AI is definitely going to 10x that even more. So, does your VA understand prompts? Can you give your VA different prompts for creating content and so forth? So we kind of pair those two together and it works really well. Everything needs to be automated and then delegated if you want to be more productive. Gain back your freedom and time, right? So pretty much anything that could be templated or automated, once I get that in, I am looking to build those systems. So even putting on events, what can we do to automate the Eventbrite advertisements, right? Like getting your VA to create like we hosted this on Eventbrite, right? Getting them to write up the description, getting them to create the banner, getting them to send out emails. All this stuff is stuff that you don't necessarily want to do, but you can definitely outsource that. So the big question always is, who should you hire first? And it really depends. It depends on like your core business. I think first you have to look at your core business. For me, the first hire I made was a video editor because I had a mission to grow my YouTube channel. I'm going to show you something really quickly. I'm going to just show you what a good VA can do for you.
Hi, my name is Nell, and today I want to share my journey with Beau Eckstein's team and how my contributions have helped in our growth and success. I've been working with Beau for about 5 years now. I'm from the Philippines and specializing in motion graphics and video editing. Over the years, I've had the opportunity to work on impactful projects that have contributed to the team's expansion and success. One of my major contributions was helping Beau grow his YouTube channel. When I first started, we had only 124 subscribers. Through strategic content creation and consistent video production, we now have an incredible 14,500 subscribers and counting. Beyond that, I continuously provide engaging video content to support the channel, ensuring that Beau has high-quality materials for his audience.
Ready to take your business to the next level? Imagine having more time to focus on what really matters. At vareferrals.com, we connect you with a top-notch virtual assistants who handle the day-to-day so you can scale faster and smarter. Don't let the details hold you back. Schedule your free consultation today and start buying back your time. Visit vareferrals.com now.
My role doesn't stop at video editing. I also assist Beau with his other businesses, taking on special projects that help increase sales and boost brand presence. Additionally, I've contributed to PowerPoint presentations, and back when the team was just the two of us, I even managed social media scheduling to ensure a consistent online presence. From a two-person team, we've now grown to 4 members. It has been amazing to be part of this journey, contributing to our growth and collaborating with a talented and dedicated team. I'm truly grateful to be part of this team and to contribute to its growth. We are always holding meetings to keep the team on track, ensuring that we stay aligned and continue pushing forward.
Okay, there's a lot of information.
We're good.
You're close. But thank you. Thank you.
If you'd like to learn more, visit vareferrals.com and discover how we can help you.
All right. So, for example, that video, I told Nell, hey, create a video about this. And I didn't give her anything else. She created the script. She actually used AI to create my voice in a lot of that. That wasn't even me speaking during that animated scene. So the point is it's the power of leveraging other people's talents, right? Like I couldn't possibly edit and create graphics in PowerPoints like they can. So my first going back to that, my first hire was Nell for I've always worked, I had other VAs prior to that, but I've been working with Nell for 5 years. And so I have 2 full-time video editors and graphic artists. I have like another guy I just hired, Kevin, who does social media, and then I have Jeff, who does a lot of my lead follow-up and kind of CRM type of stuff. So I have 4 full-time virtual assistants. So anyways, the beauty of it is without direction, she created that, I thought that was pretty good, right? Like to talk about VAs and showcase. And so we post about 1 video per day on YouTube, which now generates multiple 6 figures of revenue, not through the monetization. We are monetized, but we don't barely make any money on YouTube from monetization that sense. But we have booked booked calls every single day from YouTube, and YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. And who owns YouTube? Google, and Google's number 1. So by understanding these principles, we knew that if we could stay consistent and create content, that we would win. And you don't get it. It takes time. You have to be consistent. You have to understand you're not going to get leads day one. It's going to be a long-term game. But we've put out over 2,000 videos in the last couple of years, and that leads to multiple 6 figures just in YouTube alone, right? And so what are the other tasks that I'm utilizing? CRM, lead follow-up, text messaging, appointments, reminders, emails, presentations. So my core business is SBA financing, we help people find and fund businesses. But we also put together presentations because we're franchise consultants too. That's our other company. So we're putting daily presentations as we meet with candidates to show them different business models. So all this stuff is happening all day long. They work the same, even though they're, I believe, 14 hours ahead of us. In the Philippines, they're used to working our time zone, so it makes it very convenient. Um, so I've been like I said, for the last 15 years, I've been working with virtual team members, and what I realize now is that in order to keep scaling, once I find a constraint in my business, then I hire for that part, right? And then I have Bill. You can't see Bill, but Bill's here. Bill's like my fractional CMO, and him and I create SOPs, standard operating procedures, just breaking down, hey, for this task, do this, this, and this, and then we use Slack then to communicate. Most of the time, there was Bill. So I'm curious what business you're in. If you go in the Q&A section, if you don't mind, if you're in real estate, a business owner, insurance broker, what industry are you in? And we can kind of talk about use cases. I'll dive back into the PowerPoint here if I can minimize my screen real quick. Hold on a second. All right. And Bill, let me know if anybody responds in the Q&A because I can't see right now, but if not, it's no big deal. But let's see here. Back to the PowerPoint.
Yeah, so Marcella's in coaching, Matthew's real estate flipping residential homes, Heather's a realtor, and she has a coaching business as well.
Cool. So all those use cases right there. A lot of people in real estate, obviously, transaction coordination, lead follow-up, lead building leads, building listings in for your inside the MLS. For coaching, it could be outreach. It could be posting hand raisers, right? Like we're taught to type out a hand raiser about your coaching program to get people interested. All those kind of things and more. The other thing I would say is my YouTube channel is really a podcast, right? So we also strip the audio, and then that goes up on Libsyn, which then we syndicate out to Apple and all that stuff, right? So all this is happening for me all the time, and like it's a flywheel effect. If you just stay consistent with this, it's just amazing, because I'm a big fan of Daniel Priestley. He wrote the book Oversubscribed, right? Like he wrote a couple books. One's Key Person of Influence. So if you're a coach or you're a real estate house flipper, you want to be the key person of influence. You want to be like the category king in your industry. So like if people think about SBA financing, I want them to think about me. If they think about franchising, I want them to think about me. Those are my categories. And so building a flywheel by leveraging the help through virtual team members is the way to do it. The other thing I like about the Philippines is $1 American is like 58 pesos in the Philippines. So your dollar goes extremely far. So a lot of these workers are generally paid between $4 to $6 an hour, which is good wages there, right? Because it's the conversion. So your dollar goes extremely far. And then if you really look at it, the way I always look at it is, okay, if I hire somebody full time, and let's just throw it out there, it's $10,000, $12,000 a year, full time, 40 hours a week. Can I get an ROI on that, right? Can I get a return on that $12,000? And yes, and so as I bring on team members, I'm getting either an ROI or an ROT, a return on time. So that's what you do. So as you scale, you start with one virtual team member, and we figure out what team member. Would it be an executive admin? Would it be a social media manager? Would it be an editor? We dissect your business, figure out what type of virtual team member to hire first. Once you get your ROI there, you hire your second, your third, your fourth, and you keep on doing that until you're buying back time and you're getting a ROI on every, I think I probably get, and I don't know if I would have to do a lot of figuring out, but I probably get a 3 to 4x return on every virtual team member I have. It would be my guess. And so depending on like your price points, like if you're flipping houses and you had a VA that's scraping data and doing outreach on your behalf. Like every flip you do, are you making 30, 40, 50 grand? Are you doing high-end homes where you're making six figures? When I get somebody to invest in a franchise, the average ticket is between $20,000 to $30,000, right? So if I sell half a franchise because I had a virtual team member create and edit a video that people find and then book a call, which just happens, right? I'm getting an ROI right off that. And you can do way, way more. You can 10x that. I mean, I have case study after case study of deals that came from YouTube, from my podcast video, where they booked a call and I've closed a big commission. And the light bulb went off like several years ago. And I remember I got a $32,000 check from a bank. I arranged the SBA financing for a big purchase of a commercial building. And I remember getting that check and I'm like, man, this is amazing. And that's when the light bulb really, really went off. I'm like, if I just create more better content and put more better content out there, I am going to get more results. And so that's what I've done all the time. And now, like, to be quite honest, my calendar is completely booked. And now the problem is I got to screen better because some of them are tire kickers. You want to get them off the calendar, right? So now I'm putting in new filters. Now I'm going to have the next hire will be actually somebody that does intake, and they'll actually take those calls. They'll take those Zoom meetings and do intake before I get to them, right? So as you can see, as you get more constraints in your business, then you replace that constraint with staff or technology or a combination of both. And that's why we think that utilizing VAs with AI is going to be the way of the future. Because a lot of this, no matter what, for right now, there's AI operator where they can go in and log into your system. You still need manpower, and you always will, in my opinion. But what AI does, it amplifies everything, like creating content, writing books, ebooks, and then being able to, as you saw Nell, she created my voice in an AI program. So things like that. And then she can edit the video, or we can do we use a company called InVideo, and we create a video, and sometimes it's not perfect. And Nell will then go in and edit that video. And so it's a quicker way to get content out there, et cetera, depending on. And then of course you dive into like what other things are. There's like literally, there's some people have a personal assistant and they order stuff for Amazon from them, pay their bills, give them access to their bills. If you listen to Dan Martell, the guy that wrote the book, Buy Back Your Time, he doesn't even go into his inbox. He has somebody addressing all of his inbox, right? How many thousands of emails do we waste time spending? So all this stuff can be outsourced and delegated with a good virtual team member. So you start small. So the first thing to really do is figure out what type of VA should you hire first, right? And then once you identify that, before you hire them, then you build out your SOP, and then start laying out all the tasks, right? And that's just simple. You can start in a Word or Google Doc. Okay, I'm a coach, and really I'm doing good, but I need to get more content out there so more people find me and know. I don't know if you're a life coach or a business coach, right? And maybe you want to kind of replicate the flywheel that I'm doing, because I think it's phenomenal if you dive into something like that. So depending on what you need there, we identify actually, depending on the route you go, I would suggest, even if you want to hire direct, because if you hire direct, it's a little bit less costly because there's no third party. The reason we have our virtual staffing company is because our team actually will meet with you for free. They'll figure out what type of VA you should hire first. They'll screen and bring you 4 or 5 virtual team members to interview. Then you pick the one you like. If that VA doesn't work out, they'll replace them. They give ongoing training. So when there's like, if you're a real estate agent and transaction coordinator, they train them on transaction coordination. Ready to take your business to the next level? Imagine having more time to focus on what really matters. At vareferrals.com, we connect you with a top-notch virtual assistants to handle the day-to-day so you can scale faster and smarter. Don't let the details hold you back. Schedule your free consultation today and start buying back your time. Visit vareferrals.com now. So there's a lot of pluses. So that's why I've always worked with VA placement companies as opposed to hiring direct. Because I've gone on to onlinejobs.ph, and it definitely will work, and you can definitely hire direct, and people do. But that's why I prefer the system that we have built, because it's just a lot easier, and we can spend our time growing the business. All right, so let me pull this full screen again. So who should you hire first? Content creator, social media manager, video editor, um, executive admin, lead generation specialist, cold outreach specialist, CRM management. Another thing that where people go wrong is they think like I can hire one person and they can do all this. Look, nobody's got those skill sets. You got to be a little bit more specific. You can't have a video editor that is also your lead manager. It just doesn't work, or your outreach person. You're going to do the same thing you do in the States. So, we got to do an assessment of like which role will free you up the most or bring the most ROI initially, and what you need first. And that could be a executive assistant, inbox scheduling, admin stuff, content creator, social media, video editing, CRM, or cold outreach. Which of these buckets makes the most sense? And that's really dependent on you. The cost of not hiring somebody, right? What's the cost of burnout and lack of growth? And I can attest to that. Stagnation while competitors move ahead. Lost opportunities and wasted time. This is all stuff we know, right? Revenue bottlenecks and inefficiencies. We all know this stuff, right? I don't have to tell you this. Our proven process for hiring right VAs. Identify your biggest bottleneck. Determine the right role for your needs. Source top-tier pre-vetted VAs. Provide onboarding guidance and SOPs. Set up performance tracking for success. The most common VA mistakes we see, I think I probably touched on a lot of these already. Hiring based on cost instead of skill set. Not having clear SOPs or expectations. Poor onboarding and lack of communication. Not measuring productivity or ROI. Real results from hiring VAs. Entrepreneurs reclaiming 10 plus hours per week, if not more. Increased lead generation and sales. I'm a perfect example of that, right? I'm oversubscribed. I got a calendar of appointments. Now I have my next constraint is getting tire kickers off the calendar, which we're going to create a filter. So either technology or the VA will help with that. So I'm not having to screen those people. They're screening them for me. You're going to have a lot more output. You're going to stay consistent. You're going to hire people that their job is to research what other people in your niche are doing and create content around that. And you're going to encourage them to do that. You're going to actually give them reports. Hey, I want you to find the top 5 coaches out there in my niche and, put together a list of the content they're doing, and then give me some content ideas to shoot content around. So at the end of the day, we want to make more revenue without working more, right? We want to be making revenue in our sleep. And that's why I like evergreen content like YouTube, because people are watching my videos right now, booking calls. So anyways, if you want a custom roadmap for your business, identify the first person to hire, biggest impact, learn the exact steps to hire, onboard, and scale with your VA. All you have to do is not go to that link. Bill, if you don't mind, drop it in the chat. Just go to vareferrals.com. Doesn't cost you a dime. They'll do a free strategy call with you, our team, and just book a call. And I would suggest doing it if you're serious about hiring somebody. They have the best plans, the best program to get you going. So go do that if you're interested. We'll drop that in the Q&A or the chat.
I think we're good.
Well, thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I think you guys got the point that hire yourself a team member when you're ready. Be ready for it. And you could definitely, even if you're unsure if you're ready for a VA or not, I would do a discovery call and figure out what type of VA. And if it makes sense right now, it makes sense. If not, just start doing it yourself, and then get some traction, and then hire your first team member. It's the best thing you can do. But I appreciate all you guys. And feel free. We do a lot of events. If you go to myname.com, boeckstein.com/events. Most of our events are on business ownership, but we have this virtual staffing company, so we like to do some of these and help people out there that are looking to grow their business. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you soon.
Are you ready? It's time to get the tools, prompts, and guidance you need to scale your business. With my team of VAs, my calendar stays full with qualified appointments. Now I want to help you do the same. Hi, I'm Beau Eckstein, and I've put together an exclusive ebook that will help you supercharge your productivity, scale your operation, and close more deals using virtual assistants and AI. Here are the key points you'll discover: productivity boost, scalable systems, and how to close more deals. In this free ebook, you'll discover proven strategies I've used in my own business. Strategies that have helped me go from doing it all myself to building a high-performing team that runs like a machine. Get your free copy now and unlock the secrets to growing your business faster than ever before. Please visit bizscalingplaybook.com.
Hey guys, Beau Eckstein here. If you enjoyed what you saw, please subscribe to this channel. We talk all things financing. I've been in the lending industry for over 20 years, and I'm happy to answer your questions and provide great content.